another round in the GCL Super Cup and the end of another dramatic night of storytelling. Shanghai Swans eliminated from the GCL Super Cup semi-finals. The Kun Stars, powered by the Iron Dames, eliminated from the GCL Super Cup semi-finals. Falcons Route United, your 2025 GCL champions, qualify in the very last place, will be first to go in the GCL Super Cup final. Many will say it doesn't matter, they are in, which is correct. But it shows you how tough tonight was. It shows you how challenging tonight was. But we have our 6 eliminated teams. We have our 6 qualified teams. And for anyone that's interested, it's Razorback International, powered by Horse Gym, that win the GCL Super Cup semi-final. We'll give you those results, we'll give you those numbers in a few moments' time. But it's the brothers Weishout and Christian Kuckuck that secure the best score of the night and will be last to go in Sunday's GCL Super Cup final. We know how important this competition is to Ludger Beerbaum. We know how important the GCL Super Cup is to Razorback International. And Ludger Beerbaum will now have an opportunity to win it once again. Basel Cosmopolitans are in to the final. Razorback International, New York Empire, Prague Lions, Rome Gladiators and Falcons Route United are in. The teams that are out of the GCL Super Cup final: Scandinavian Vikings, Saint-Tropez Pirates, Madrid Emotion, Shanghai Swans, Kun Stars and the Doha Falcons. Let's get some results or some reaction in a few moments' time as some of the Razorback International boys are joined and met by some fans upstairs. They've been here the whole night. They've been here the whole night.
It's my aunt.
They are excited to have you. And in comes Philipp Weishout. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Razorback International, powered by Horse Gym, winners on the night, a guaranteed spot in the GCL Super Cup final and last to go on Sunday night. We have been told, Christian, so many times by everyone in this team, by Ludger Beerbaum, how important this competition is to the region, to the team, to the owners. Tell me what it feels like to now be the last to go in the GCL Super Cup final on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good point to be last to go on Sunday, but to be honest, I don't really care so much about that today, because today it was the job to qualify for Sunday. And as we know from the past here, the Friday night class is honestly one of the most exciting, but also the toughest classes.
It's one of the
year.
toughest nights.
I mean, we've seen that today. What happened actually to like the best riders in the world. So there's really a lot of pressure in this class because I mean, you of course you look forward to Sunday, but you have to finish this class first. And I think all 3 of us, we took it very, very seriously. We had that experience here 2 years ago, and we knew how tough it is. So that's why I'm really happy actually. But not only because we are last to go on Sunday. I think the performance we had today was really, really deserving actually the first spot. We all 3 of us, I think, had great rounds. And of course now we are looking forward for Sunday. And now it's nice to have that starting position on Sunday.
Max, I believe you said to one of our colleagues that Razorback International was going to win tonight. I believe you predicted it already earlier on today. Talk to me about the prediction and talk to me about how confident, where did that confidence come from? Because there's a difference, as Christian says, of getting into the final versus dominating a semi-final. How did you feel that way already this morning? What was telling you that tonight was going to be a really good night?
Okay, I have a really amazing team here. We have super nice horses. And I knew at least these 2 are not going to mess up, so it's a bit on me. I could do a good job. My horse jumped amazing, and I felt it already that everybody's in a good mood and everybody's ready for this show here. And it happened like I said, and we're feeling good here.
Philipp, you've been here before. You've been the hero here before. Razorback fans are hoping to see a repeat of this. A lot of big teams really struggled tonight. Very high scores, multiple eliminations. Talk to me about what was so tough about this tonight, because whilst Riesebeck may have made it look comfortable, a lot of really big teams looked very uncomfortable tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just as I said so often here in Prague at the playoffs, three riders, not 2, 3, and no scratch result, you automatically have a higher score and a higher chance that something can happen, and that's why you see also the higher scores. And I mean, we jump for so much prize money here, and it's really the best of the best here. So it has to be harder than a normal GCT round, and it is harder and it is exciting, and you cannot do a little mistake here and it ends up in a fault or even in an accident. So you have to have everything perfectly organized here to give up a good performance and to be actually able to jump that course clear.
Max wasn't present in 2023. Christian, how much do you and Philip take out of that 2023? How much can you bring from that? Is it positive memories? Is it belief? Is it something that becomes a factor on Sunday in any shape or form?
I mean, 23 is gone, but I think both of us, we want to have that feeling once again. I think that was one of the greatest days probably in our career we had here 2 years ago. So we are really looking forward to at least have the chance on Sunday to fight, to have that feeling once again.
Philip, do you know what the lineup is going to be on Sunday? Riders, horses, is that decided already?
No, but I think it's pretty clear. I mean, I think all our horses jumped very good.
It's pretty clear if I were to select the team, but I'm not the guy doing that. So
I mean, I have just one horse here. Mine jumped great, felt good. Max has one horse here on that level. Christian has more horses here. I mean, he has so many good ones for the moment, so he can choose. But I think you will also
stay with Checker.
I don't think there's really there's no reason to change.
Exactly.
So
it's the Riesebeck way. Don't fix it.
No, and I mean it's a day off in between. They can rest tomorrow. It was one round. They have to be to bring a fresh horse can also be quite risky on that level. You have a horse, you train around, school around a little bit in 145s. It's not the same, and it's quite long till Sunday. And then just bring a fresh horse for the Sunday. It can also be the wrong decision because they have to be a bit in competition mode. And I think it's better to take a horse which has been jumping already a bigger class this week.
Former GCL Super Cup champions Riesebeck International go on to win the GCL Super Cup semi-final, the most dominant team on the night, and they will be last to go in Sunday's final. No need to change the system. It's working beautifully and it's dominating the GCL Super Cup thus far. They have an opportunity on Sunday to replicate that success of 2023. The Basel Cosmopolitans are into their first final as well. Let's hear from Marlon Madolo-Zanotelli, who comments on the team's performance.
Marlon, I'm hoping your nerves are better than your wife's, because Angelica was watching and she really didn't look happy despite you going clear.
Oh, I know the feeling. I mean, it's always terrible to watch, especially in this situation with so much pressure. It's always easier to be on the horse and you have at least some sort of control.
Such a difficult course, such a difficult evening, but as a team, and you've done it all season, Basel Cosmopolitans, just keeping your heads at the vital times.
Yeah, I have to say we've been unlucky a little bit on the season because all the horses have been jumped good. We've been riding well, so hopefully a little bit the luck turned around. But I think that's the main thing: be focused on each horse and in the round. What is the best plan for each one, and then try to deliver the results.
You haven't had Cattle on all that long. This horse is really coming good.
Oh, he's an amazing horse. He's only 10. He did his first Grand Prix in New York, second one in Rome. He was already clear. And then here is my first indoor show with him. So he's a horse, been very well educated by Michael Grave and Frank Schutter. I mean, I just got a chance to ride a horse like this from Ashford Farm. So that's, for me, a great opportunity.
And Basel haven't had Rodrigo Almeida long, and he's really coming good as well.
Yeah, Rodrigo's in a super form. I've seen all the results this year, and I mean, the situation is very unfortunate that Jana couldn't be here because she's also a very strong part of the team, but we managed to bring someone that is probably as strong as her, so hopefully we can do something good on Sunday if we qualify.
Go and try and enjoy watching, as you say, if you qualify.
100%.
The thoughts of Marlon Madolo-Zanotelli from the Basel Cosmopolitans, a brand new team in 2025, and now make it into their very first GCL Super Cup final, qualifying very nicely, and they will now compete in Sunday's final competition. Riesebeck International, Basel Cosmopolitans, New York Empire, Prague Lions, Rome Gladiators, and the 2025 GCL champions Valkenswaard United will be the 6 teams going head-to-head for that huge prize money. You ask where are the Shanghai Swans, you ask where are the Cannes Stars. Well, both of those teams having eliminations and will not be seeing Sunday's final. Big shock, big surprise for both of those teams. We caught up with Jana Fredrika Meyer-Zimmermann from the Cannes Stars to get some thoughts on her following the fall of Katrin Ackermann and the elimination of the Cannes Stars.
Jana, the dream for 2025 for Cannes Stars comes to an end. Sadly, Katrin fell off, eliminated. What's your response to how tonight went?
Well, I mean, it was a tough course, and you could see that already right from the beginning. Some good riders and horses struggled, and I think for Katrin was very unlucky. She started amazing, but then, yeah, had very unlucky fall. But I have to say, for now, for us, the most important thing is that she is healthy, the horse is sound. So we have an eye on that. We had an amazing season, and of course it's disappointing, but for now we only think about that Katrin is okay and the horse is okay.
Thanks, Jana, for coming back and talking to us. Good luck looking ahead to next season.
Thank you.
It's such an important message from Jana Fredrika Meyer-Zimmermann. Yes, this is an important competition. Yes, there is massive prize money up for grabs. Yes, these teams are all desperate to perform well and win, but it is the well-being of the horse, it is the well-being of the rider that ultimately is the most important factor. And as she said, now all they want to hear is the fact that Katrin Ackermann and Iron Dames, the Yellow Blue, are both feeling good after that. Let's go upstairs to the best seat in the house, the commentators' box. James Fisher, Ed Holloway standing by for us. Well, gentlemen, if we spoke yesterday about some dramatic storylines, the fact that Prague Lions as the home team make it into the final, Valkenswaard sneak in, Riesenbach dominate, no Cannes, no Shanghai. What a night. Gentlemen, take it away. Give me your thoughts and reaction to a GCL Super Cup semi-final.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, it was certainly a privilege for James and I to commentate. We had a brilliant night. It was so exciting. There was nowhere you didn't want to be watching. It all happened. Let's talk about the teams that didn't qualify first, James. We can't believe we will not see Cannes Stars and Shanghai Swans both out. It was unbelievable, wasn't it? What unfolded all within 10 minutes or so.
I'm still sweating, but yeah, I was saying Shanghai Swans, you just expect them to be there. They're so solid, such experience, but yeah, it was just drama tonight.
I mean, Ben Mayer, you do not see this guy fall off. It is highly unusual.
It's just one today, and he's one of the safest pair of hands there. I'm just saying he doesn't make mistakes, and maybe not a mistake, but in the end, yeah, he's on the floor.
And Katrin Ackermann then as well for Cannes Stars out, and their campaign is over this week.
Yeah, you don't like to see it, but this is it. It's really tough. It's so important, you know, at this level, and it just brings out these mistakes.
And James, we had 36 combinations come and face Ilana Vetsani's course for the semi-final. Only 4 clear rounds. What a fearsome test that was. What did you make of the test tonight?
When I walked it, you don't often walk courses like that, you know, in the year, and I expected it to be big. And when I finished walking the course, I thought it's right up there with the difficult tracks. The round from Marlon Zanatelli with Catullon, and then Peter de Vos not long after with Casual DV.
Simply outstanding.
Yeah, it was absolutely outstanding. They were my 2 rounds really that I would pick out. And then the grittiest round of the night, Emmanuel Gaudiano.
Yeah, unbelievable. The last fence fell, but that was one hell of a round.
It got everybody going. It's got the shoe off, and he had the last one, but that was fantastic spirit.
And James, now looking at the 6 that are going to return, we've only got one of those 6 that have won actually the GCL Super Cup final before. That was Riesenbach in 2023. They're trying to become the first team ever to win it twice. They came out on top tonight with 8. What do you make of their chances coming to Sunday?
They're strong. I mean, they rode amazing tonight. They got real power, horsepower. Christian Kukuk, he's just, he's on form. They'll be one of the favourites.
And New York Empire just came through by the skin of their teeth from the quarterfinals into tonight. They qualified in 3rd place. So again, we thought they were good on paper, and they're realising that promise.
I think that they had a tough start. They were first in. It's been a bit unsettling for them. They are good. They're good on paper, and they are good. And I think we'll see them get better So they're also, yeah, we keep saying they're strong, but I think with a little bit of luck for them, they'll come through.
And the home crowd delighted because Prague Lions are going to try and win their first ever GCL Super Cup final on Sunday. James.
They did great. Yeah, the crowd's behind them. That goes a long way. And you want them to do well. When they're in there, the Lions, I don't know what it is, but you just feel that there's a bit of magic going on. And there's a lot of magic in the class. I mean, it's fantastic show jumping. It's top sport.
So thank you, James. It's been a pleasure. We've loved it, Mark, and we can't wait for Sunday.
Oh, Ed, neither can I. James, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your commentary throughout the class tonight. They'll be back again, by the way, as we all will be, for tomorrow's Longines Global Champions to a Super Grand Prix. We'll talk about that later on. In the studio now with Dan Strange, our journalist on the ground, to try and close the night. Dan, we have a couple first-timers in a GCL Super Cup final. We have major shocks and surprises. We have Riesenbach dominating when it counts. We have a low score count. I mean, again, this event is meant to deliver it all. It's difficult to follow through on a promise like that because the expectation is so high, but we're 2 nights in with 2 superb nights of headlines and stories to tell.
It's epic sport. The GCL Super Cup is epic sport, and I just totted up at saying to you, Mark, off air, we've had, I reckon, more or about the same faults today in the GCL Super Cup semi-final as England and Australia had in the opening day of the Ashes cricket in 2 innings.
Cricket fans, the Ashes is currently underway.
I don't know.
Dan is keeping an eye on.
I don't know how many show jumping and cricket fans are. I imagine there are quite a few because both are fabulous sports. But jokes aside, that was pure theatre. What had everyone gripped.
What I find really intriguing is that earlier on tonight during the course walk, I saw Ed Holloway walk the course. I saw James Fisher walk the course. You yourself walk the course. And I always make a habit of trying to catch up with different perspectives. It's not just about the riders. It's how do you feel? What does it look like? And from the riders to all 3 of you, there was a recurring theme today, as you would expect, of everyone coming with some pretty big eyes saying tonight is going to be a tough night. And we saw that with only 4 clears. We saw that with top teams struggling, with top combinations getting unsaddled, which, as Ed and James said, that does not happen in the safety of these riders. Uliano dialed it up big time tonight.
3A and B, if you got that wrong, if you got the line wrong, it was difficult. Into 4 as well because of how that came away from the wall. 5 to 6, I mean, what was 5? 1.90 m width on the triple bar. And then into that huge plank at 6, which actually didn't unpick as many people as we expected. The end of the course we saw did cause quite a lot of problems. Willem Vermeer fell off after the line. What a course of jumps that was. And to test this calibre of riders in the way that Uliano did, it just shows the amount of thought process he's put in. But then the ability of the riders and the horses. Look at how Hermitage Collin and Gilles Thomas went round. And I was stood next to Joris van Dijk at the end. I tried to get an interview with him, the owner of Hermitage Collin. But that horse was really tested. Had 4 faults, really tested. If Hermitage Collin is tested, you know the course set is just different level.
Now, many might say it doesn't matter where you qualify, it's about qualifying. So perhaps my point of Falkenswaard United in the final, in last place, in other words, will be first to go in the final. Maybe that's not as important as some might make it out to be. Let's remind you of the results tonight. This is how things ended at the end of the GCL Super Cup semi-finals. It's Riesenbach International that go on to essentially win the semi-final ahead of Basel and New York Empire. A couple of teams that then get eliminated as well. But here is the final standings from the night as Riesenbach, Basel, New York, Prague, Rome and Falkenswaard all progress to make their way into Sunday's GCL Super Cup final. While it's Doha, Madrid, Saint-Tropez, Scandinavian Vikings, the Shanghai Swans and the Cannes Stars who crash out and will play no further part in a GCL Super Cup going forward. The fascinating news is that there is still so much to come over the next 48 odd hours, because as we turn our attention tomorrow to the Longines Global Champions Tour results, as the best riders over the season, those golden ticket winners, will all now compete for tomorrow's 1.65 m Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. And then everything you saw tonight, these 6 teams that have qualified make a return on Sunday night for the 4th and final night of the GC playoffs here in Prague as we return for the GCL Super Cup final. It has been an outrageous night of show jumping. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you back again here tomorrow in Prague at the O2 Arena for the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix.